Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and my messy workbench. The reason it's messy is I've been working on a couple of projects that have needed to do some soldering on it, and getting to the end of it and realized that I hadn't really filmed anything with these. So with these ones, these are the nscale GP38-2s that I bought specifically for the Clearfield and Western paint scheme that I've been working on. And with these ones, I decided that I was going to weather them. The reason for that is once I got the seal coat on it, or dull coat, whatever you want to call it, I noticed that the cab was kind of yellow. And the only thing I can think of, well, I know what it is I didn't put enough paint on it when I was originally painting them, even though they looked fine. And the yellow of the cab was coming through because it was molded in yellow. But, you know, it worked out that once I added some grime to it and a little bit of dirt, it looks fine. So I'm happy with how it looks, even though if you look real hard and know about it, you can kind of see some of the yellow coming through. But these are lifelike, or a couple older lifelike models. And I thought I was going to get lucky when I took the body off to paint it and seeing the light board in it. And I thought that maybe it would be like the Atlas light boards or decoders for their newer stuff. I think some of the older stuff as well, where the motor tabs are below it. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. These are just old enough, or the run before they went to the drop-in ones. And it actually worked out again in the favor of me, in that I already had two DZ126s that weren't being used for anything. And I could just use them for this project and not have to go out and buy some more decoders. So that is that with those. As far as getting the hardwire in, I did think that I was going to have to mill some of the frame, but there's enough of a gap that you can kind of see there that the wire came up right through without any issues. It's not pinching it or anything. I was able to get enough Kapton tape on there that there shouldn't be any shorts. So I also got really lucky with guessing about which wire went to which motor tab, and it actually runs forward and backwards without any problems. As for the track pickup, I just went through the hole, or the gap in the frame along the back, and soldered it to the top of the track pickup there. That way, utilizing, I'll get that out so this focus is over here. Using that copper pickup, it grabs both sides of the locomotive. And so that way I've got both trucks, or not both sides, both trucks picking up power. So that's where we're at working on this one. The one thing that I did notice is that there was some bad light bleed that was coming with the rear light. So I did end up painting both of the insides along the back. And I'll show a video here of that. And this was my test run. And yes, the cab is lit as well, but I'm okay with that. I think it looks kind of cool. So that's where we're at. It's kind of long-winded at this point, but I'll get the decoder finished wiring up on this one, get it put back together, and then get them down to the layout. So we'll be back with another update once I get some other things done. All right, I'm almost done with these. I got them down onto the layout and programmed. They run really good. There was a couple things that I need to fix on them. I've already done that. But the first one is that this exhaust panel, or this piece where the exhausts are at, is separate from the rest of the body, at least the long hood piece. And for whatever reason, there's something that was catching. I couldn't really tell what it was, but it was pushing it up just on this side. So I ended up just pushing it back in and then super gluing it on. And it's behaving now. And then this one, there wasn't any light bleed on the rear of the locomotive, but when I flipped it to go forward, there was a big circle right below the horn, and I'll post that picture here. What I did was got it back up here, and you can't really see because it's dark in there, but just painted the tire of the cab roof black. I'm also going to bend this LED down just a hair to help alleviate that as well. Overall, really happy with them. I did program them to be the same number, this 2139, just because this one has the plow blades on it for the snow plows, and I can kind of help remember that that's the lead, quote-unquote, locomotive, and I just reversed that one. So, but overall, really happy with how things look and how they run. But once this paint dries and I get the glass put back in and number boards, then we'll take it down and run around the layout a little bit. So overall, really happy with it, and we'll see everybody in just a bit once the paint dries. All right, we're down here on the layout and going back and forth. Everything looks good. I can't see any light bleed, and really happy with how this has turned out. I know I said that a lot in the last clip, but for being something that is truly my own, you know, it's kind of fun to have had this from the very beginning all the way through to, you know, here at the quote-unquote end of actually having some stuff ready to go. So we'll just roll through everything. The story with the two troop transports is they got them surplus, so why not? So we'll do a couple other run-bys, tack them on at the end of this video, and then we'll end that up. So thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it, and joining me with getting these locomotives decodered and ready to go. And we'll see everybody in the next one.